Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Hang on a second before I do anything. Ryan, what did you want to say here?
Well, I was calling to tell you, Tom, that you can't let people, kids, be influenced by the government in a bad way.
What do you mean?
Well, if the government is saying that it's okay to do drugs and that they're legal, kids are going to grow up with the wrong message.
You know what? The government lets people do things all the time, including the government gives them guns and tells them to go shoot people with them.
That's a totally different issue.
No, it's not. It's not a totally different issue.
Well, no, let's stick to the issue that you talked about.
No.
Let's stick to the issue of legal.
No, first of all, don't tell me how to do the show. Let's start with that. Rule number one, I am the boss. No. Understand something. I'm the boss here. You don't tell me how to have a conversation or what I can talk about or not talk about. You do not frame the discussion here. I do. If you want to be framing discussions on the radio, you send a tape and resume down to the radio station. You get a talk show.
If you don't want to argue me about it because you know I'm right, then that's...
No, pal, believe me. I've been doing this for a very long time. Not only do I know I'm right, I know you can't win an argument with me. So let's just start with that.
Let's talk about that then.
But you're not going to tell me how to have an argument, and you're not going to make the rules. Do you understand?
Well, let's talk.
Do you understand? Do you understand? If you don't, if you do not accept that rule of engagement here, we're not going to talk. Do you understand?
Well, that's what I call the talk.
Do you understand? Moron. Anyway, thank you for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Well. You know, I've actually put it on my TiVo now. It's a season pass on TiVo, and I'm watching it all the time. And it's running on MTV all the time. Newlyweds. I mean, it's on all the time. And there are all these articles coming out about how stupid Jessica Simpson is, or at least appears to be. And I guess people are fascinated with how stupid she is, and then the people who write about Jessica Simpson are fascinated that we're interested in watching a dumb broad on TV. And I want to make something really clear that the media apparently do not understand, okay? At least about guys. You know, if we have a chick as hot as Jessica Simpson, we don't care if you are as dumb as a post. We don't. We will tolerate you being dumb. We will tolerate you doing dumb things, saying embarrassing things. We will tolerate it because you're hot. We expect the smart girl to be unattractive. The unattractive girl has to work harder at, like reading and paying attention and knowing the chicken of the sea is a brand of tuna, not a brand of chicken, and knowing that buffaloes don't have wings. I mean, you expect the homely girl to know that stuff because guess what? No one, who's going to sit and listen to a homely chick or a fat chick who's also stupid? And just as they say that blind people generally have more developed senses of hearing and senses of smell and what have you, I think the same thing is true about women. When a woman lacks appearance, ultimately what she will do is she will have to sharpen her other skills, read more, study more, learn the chicken of the sea is a brand of tuna. You got to learn those things. But when you're hot like Jessica Simpson, you don't have to learn those things. You see? And I think this TV show is a perfect example of what I have been saying all along. Guys don't care. If you're as hot as that, and that Jessica Simpson's hot, I want to tell you, she is hot. And by the way, blondes are not my thing. She's hot. No doubt about it, she's hot. But because she's hot, nobody gives a rat's ass about her IQ. This TV show perfectly illustrates that. Again, if you get a chick that hot, are you really going to start giving her an IQ test? I don't think so. I think women find that hard to believe. I think women love to believe that we want you to be intelligent and accomplished and all of that. But I really don't think we feel that way. I think the way we feel is if you're hot, you can get away with anything. If you're not hot, you better start making up for it in other ways, like bringing home a bigger paycheck or being smart or something else. But this TV show is proof positive that guys don't care about your intelligence level if you're really hot. Don't you agree?
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
In order, I scream, it's 3 o'clock, I gotta turn Tom Leykis on, and all my girlfriends think I'm crazy.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Melissa on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi.
Hi.
I was calling because I do watch that show.
Yeah.
And the reason why I watch it is because I think her husband is really, really, really good looking. But
So you watch to see him?
Well, yeah, and then the comedy, seeing what she's going to do that's stupid next time.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, well, what you said about people knowing what chicken the sea is, that's common knowledge. I don't think you have to.
Oh, no, it's not. You know what? I wish it was common knowledge, Melissa. It should be common knowledge. But I don't think it is. I think there are women who really believe that men care about how intelligent they are. And
probably because she is preoccupied with her career and because maybe she doesn't have to try as hard because she has a voice and she can make her money easily.
Or because she's a hot chick. You know what? She doesn't even have to be in show business. If a chick is that hot, guys don't care.
Well, I was kind of wondering. I mean, you answered that for me. So I was wondering, why is he with her? Because, I mean, if I was him or thinking about it when I had thought about it, I'd be embarrassed to have a wife that was that stupid.
You wouldn't be.
If the justification is that she has the looks, okay, maybe I understand now, but to me, and they don't.
By the way, he isn't exactly Albert Einstein himself, but she makes him look like Albert Einstein.
That's true. That is true because, I mean, the things that he has a character on, they're not just so technical or so difficult, but I have wondered why he's with her. And then, I mean, the fact that...
Look at her. Look at her.
But he does not respect her at all. It's like, I mean...
None of us respect her. But none of us respect her. But we'd all like to see her naked.
Well, I'm saying, but that's her husband. I'm sure he married
I'm telling you, this is how guys are. I would bet you that every guy out there, if they could have Jessica Simpson for their wife, would take her.
Well, I'm sure that's true, too, but...
They wouldn't be saying, oh, my God, she's so stupid, I'd be embarrassed to take her to my family. No.
Because I say, if you're willing to... I mean, if a guy's willing to marry, I mean, the way guys feel about marriage anyway is like, that's a big commitment, and I think if they could just be with her without the commitment of marriage, they would jump at that.
I want to discuss politics. I'll make friends. I'll go to parties.
I'm saying, I think if you're going to commit to marriage, it's going to be a little bit more than just the looks that's going to make you commit to a marriage.
Unless you're that hot.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, please, that's the exception. And you'll hear it this hour from guys. I would bet you every guy listening would marry Jessica Simpson if she were available.
Well, see, okay, they have the fact that she's a nice-looking woman, but then she has money, too. So that's going to play a factor. Like you said, okay.
Let's just say if she were, let's say a woman who looked just like that, whether or not she has money, whether or not she's in show business, guys don't care. By the way, she's in show business now. My guess, she'll be the Debbie Gibson of the future, or the Tiffany.
That was the next point I was going to make. That okay, I like to watch Judge Judy, and she always tells her little pretty claimants and defendants that looks fade, but intelligence is forever. So, even if you are beautiful, it does pay to have some kind of level of intelligence or IQ.
Most marriages don't last that long anyway. Might as well enjoy this while you can get it and then move on.
Well, I can see where you would have that.
Absolutely. Of course I would.
For some people, it's for keeps.
Well, you know what?
Like I have no intentions of getting divorced, and I have children, so
Every other married person gets divorced. Every other married person. Wherever they are.
It depends on your life, too, though.
But the point is, the statistic is that 1 of every 2 marriages ends in divorce.
Well, I hope I'm the other one, not the 1 in 2.
Well, we all hope to be that one, but guess what? We're frequently wrong.
Yeah, I guess so. I want to share that, and I want to take it back to the old school. I want you to take me out Halle Berry style.
Halle Berry style. Here you go, Melissa.
Thanks.
that one never loses its appeal. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Clinton on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, I love you.
Thank you.
I was just calling up to say, not only do I agree with you, but I'll take it one step further, that not only do guys not care if they're dumb, it's a benefit. They're gullible.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're wise.
That's right.
What was that?
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want her wise to my ways. I want her just to believe whatever I say.
Yeah, you really want her to be smart enough to know, how to take you for all you've got, or smart enough to know where you're hiding all your money, or smart enough to know not to have sex with you, or smart enough to think about who you had sex with before her. You don't want her to be smart enough to think about any of that stuff.
Nope. So, I mean, yeah, not only do we not care, it's better that way sometimes.
There you go. Clinton, thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Jerry on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Jerry.
I was calling to say that I totally agree with what you're saying about the Jessica Simpson thing. None of the guys care what the girl's saying. All that matters is how she looks. The guys that I hang out with, my boyfriend and his two brothers, were watching TV, and Jessica Simpson and Britney Spears, any of those girls come on, they don't care what they say. Most of the time, if their music is on, all they do is mute the TV and just watch them move.
That's right.
And I've had my Jessica Simpson moments, and my boyfriend doesn't care because he thinks I'm hot, and that's all that matters. He's even told me that if I didn't look the way I did, if I was a little bit bigger, he wouldn't have even tried to get to know me.
Because you're not that smart.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm not smart. It's
You're not saying it, but it's pretty
I've had
obvious.
my ditzy moments, too.
Uh-huh.
And he just puts up with it because I'm not ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, all these women arguing with you, they must be the ugly ones themselves.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Tom.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, there's just no way if she didn't have the bank account that she's got that you would put up with that nonsense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I think most guys would put up with it because of the way she looks.
But, well, if I had your bank account, I'd put up with it. But, give me 6 months with it. Yeah, I'd tap it, but there's just no way who's going to put up with, doesn't know what chicken of the sea is? A buffalo wing?
And there are, as that one caller said, there are benefits to a woman being dumb.
Because you can take her money.
Well, not just that. She doesn't have to have money.
If she didn't have a job and didn't have a big bank account, who would put up with that?
Let me tell you something. Lots of people put up with it. The reason so many hot chicks are so dumb is because they don't have to know anything or learn anything. Guys tolerate it.
They will tolerate because she's got that fat bank account.
No, they will. There are hot chicks you've never heard of. Hot chicks who just drive around town in BMWs. Some guy's paying for. You've seen them.
But there's hot chicks that don't.
There are. I would say, but more often than not, hot chicks don't develop their brains the way not so hot chicks do.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they don't have to.
But how many?
Therefore, when you see a hot chick, it's less likely that she's going to be Sharon Stone and a member of Mensa. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. I understand your point.
Most of them are members of Densa.
But you're not going to put up with that kind of ignorance for long. How hot?
Depends on how hot she is.
She doesn't have to put out. Look how hot.
I'll tell you what. If Selma Hayek were a drooling retard, most guys would be right there next to her.
For a while.
No, it depends on how long she stays hot. Put it this way, if she wasn't hot anymore, maybe then guys would start to lose interest.
Not for the long run.
Okay. Well, let's see what some other guys have to say, John. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Annabelle on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
All right, Annabelle.
Good. I totally agree with you. I was telling the guy that picked up the phone there, I hang out with at least 10 girls that they're in the modeling agencies. And we go out a lot, quite often, and they even though they're pretty smart girls, sometimes they don't show it because the guys really don't care if they're smart, And these are beautiful girls that they all have pretty good high IQs, and the guys really don't care. They just want to look at their nice bodies and see what they have. So I completely agree with you that, you know, they're just watching that show for, she is hot. Jessica Simpson's hot.
Yeah, she's hot. And that's why someone would marry her, and that's why most guys would put up with her.
Yeah. Even, I mean, you know, it sounds bad to say it, but hey, sometimes we all have to be a little dumb sometimes.
Annabelle, thank you for the call. Olivia on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Olivia.
I just wanted to say, I'm a 19-year-old, beautiful, attractive, and very intelligent girl, and my boyfriend, like, he couldn't go for some stupid girl. Like, they're good for having sex with, but that's about as far as it goes.
Nothing wrong with sex. Don't underestimate the value of being good to have sex with.
I think intelligence makes you so much more beautiful than beauty.
Well,
and
but guys don't feel that way, dear. That's a woman's point of view.
I just think intelligent, beautiful girls are, for long term, I don't know, they're just more attractive to guys. And I know.
Well, you say that, but I don't believe it's necessarily true. Are you a 10?
Oh, yeah.
You're a 10. You look perfect.
I'm a former Hooters girl, so I would say.
Well, I've seen some homely girls at Hooters. I mean,
well,
really, really hot chicks are models in magazines. They're not serving chicken wings.
Well, I'm beautiful, and my boyfriend thinks I'm
So you're a 10. You are perfect. You have no flaws.
No flaws.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's got their flaws, but
No, everyone doesn't. That's what a 10 is, someone without flaws.
Well, Jessica Simpson's got the flaw of being really stupid.
But again, we don't rate women on how intelligent they are. We rate them on how attractive they are.
Well, I think guys should raise their standards because...
Well, I don't care what you think. I don't deal in woulda, coulda, shoulda on this show. We deal with what is, okay? I don't care what guys should do. I care what they do.
Right. Well, sex is supposed to be a beautiful, wonderful thing.
No, if it's done right, it should be sleazy and dirty and slimy. Done right, it should be sloppy.
I think you're encouraging some pretty unsafe things on your show.
In what way?
There's diseases out there.
Please, you know what? Guys are getting laid, and so are chicks. You know, they didn't get that idea from me, dear.
Well, I just wanted to say that I think intelligence makes you so much more beautiful.
Well, you've said it 4 times. I think 4 is enough. Thanks. I hate that when people have like one sentence and they just keep repeating it over and over. They have to be stopped. You know, it's like when you take the pills out of Rush Limbaugh's hand. One day you just have to say, hey, stop. Unbelievable. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Jessica Simpson, the TV show The Newlyweds. Here it is. Proof positive. Guys don't care about how smart you are, as long as you're hot.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Like us on Hot Talk 1080 KLTK.
800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your business. It's Angelique on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Do you care, Angelique?
Absolutely.
Doing great.
Just want to say I absolutely love your show, even though you annoy me most of the time, but I agree with you so much of the time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just calling because I absolutely think that the Newlyweds Show is hilarious. And I do agree with you, thinking that most guys do prefer to have a hot girl. But my question is to you, and I do understand what you're saying, but my question is, do you think that they're in it for the long run?
You mean, do I think they'll be married in the long run?
Well, yeah. Do you really think that? Like,
No more than any other celebrity couple.
What, that no more?
No more than any other celebrity couple, no.
No. Well, for instance, Nick made a comment on the show, I guess that camping trip, where he's on a 5-year plan to turn her around. So what do you think about that?
Well, again, do I think that he likes the fact that she's dumb? You know what? Yeah, he liked it enough to marry her.
Well, but he also went into it thinking, she's, fixable, basically.
Well, at least that's what he tells people.
Yeah.
Maybe because he tries to explain why he married somebody so stupid.
I don't know. I just think that, over time, that's going to grate on anyone's nerves. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people about it.
Depend on how well they're effing me. That's you know what? Shut up and sit on me. And if you can do that, I'm in.
Right, but over time, I mean, how much can you take of the whining? I mean, even that's got to, like, mask how beautiful you are or whatever. I think over time, someone's going to want someone to carry on an intelligent conversation with them, or really, do you think he's going to want her to...
Well, also, we don't, you know what, you feel like you're watching their whole life because it's on television.
Right.
But in reality, you're seeing a half an hour
Yeah.
a week.
Do you think she's like...
The other 167 and a half hours of their week are edited out.
Yeah.
So God only knows if they're just showing you the stupid highlights, and in reality it's different the rest of the time. You don't know.
Right, but do you think she's hamming it up for the camera to make it
I don't know.
like she's more...
She tries to say that, or they try to say that about her, but...
Because when she goes in front of the camera, like, for instance, you know, on the Oprah show, she acts a lot more intelligent, or when she...
Well, she tries to compare herself to Lucille Ball. You know what? No matter what character Lucille Ball played on TV, nobody ever thought that Lucy was stupid.
Right.
You know, because clearly she was brilliant.
But I just think in the long run, most guys are going to, you know, get bored of it. Because I think initially most guys just want a hot girl to kind of massage their ego.
Well, you know when we get bored with it? When the crow's feet set in. When you cut your hair short, when you butch up, when you gain 20 pounds, that's when we get bored with it.
Right, and that's not...
But if she remains really hot for a really long time, that's how long the marriage could last.
Right.
But the minute she's 35 and has a beer gut, I don't think it'll be all that appealing anymore.
You're true, but, I mean, do you think overall most guys just go for someone who's hot just for the trophy?
Do you ever see hot chicks having a hard time getting a date or having a boyfriend or having a husband?
No, but
that's why.
Exactly it.
That's why.
They're dating.
No, but even when they get married, hot chicks get married when they want to.
Right.
When they want to. Whatever year they think it's appropriate, that's when they get married.
That's true.
They're not waiting for Prince Charming to come along. Prince Charming comes along 5 times a day.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess?
I mean, I
any really hot old maids, any hot spinsters who've been trying to get married for years, but because they're not smart enough, they're tens and they're just left out on the market there, available to anybody?
You know, I totally agree with you. You're right.
So that's what happens.
All right.
Thank you, Angelique. Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Lee on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing okay, Lee.
You know, the one caller called in and said she was 19, beautiful, perfect 10, and she had smarts that's only used to enhance the sexual experience. Otherwise, it's a waste. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Well, I think a woman with a brain is a waste like men having nipples.
But if they have
completely a waste
to enhance the sexual experience, then that's okay. Otherwise,
I've never known of an IQ making sex any better.
Well, if you thought, let's put it this way: if they can enhance,
I mean, how hard is it to insert part A into outlet B?
Yeah, but you know, if you're going to be married to that girl and she's married and you're living with this chick for the same, you know, you see her day in, day out.
Because she's that hot.
What? Right, but if she makes it interesting, makes you want to come back.
Believe me, if you had a girlfriend or a wife like Jessica Simpson, you'd be coming home from work early every night.
Well, that's true, but you know,
she'd have nothing to say, and you'd be banging the crap out of her, and you'd be the happiest guy on earth.
Well, that's true, but you know, I tend to agree with you in the fact that it's wasted on a beautiful chick because. What's the point? What's the point? If they say they're beautiful and then they have a brain, then it's
you know
really
what?
waste.
It's the homely girls who need a brain because they're the ones who are going to have to figure out a way to pay their own bills because no man will ever pay them.
Tom. Really? Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
If I'm getting laid, I don't want to know I'm loved. If you love me, I bet you keep that thought to yourself.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello to Paul on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, I dated a pair of identical twins, and they were both really, really hot. And one of them was a university educated, and the other one was a receptionist at an auto dealer, and they were named Sharon and Karen. And Sharon was the university educated one. She had a master's in business administration, and Karen was the receptionist at the auto dealership. And so we went out for about 3 weeks and ended up banging. Karen was like the ditzy, silly.
All right, we're going to have to get a better connection because it's unlistenable, but we'll try. Richard on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. All right, let's say hi here to Dave on the Tom Leykis Show. Oh, boy, the cell phones are out in force today. Isaac on the Tom Leykis Show.
How are you?
Okay.
Hey, Tom, I just want to say that I started listening to your show about a month ago now, and I just fell in love with it. I think it's you were definitely one of the best in the business. And as far as that Newlywed Show with Jessica Simpson, I think that any guy will take the hot girl any day, first of all. And looking only half an hour a day of that show really does not give us a good estimation, a good understanding of what she really is. I think she's much, much more bright than she comes off to us. And I think with Tom, Nick is definitely going to fix it up pretty good. And I think that he's not going to invest in...
I don't think you can fix people up. I'd never, ever buy into that idea. Never, never.
Well, I think that with Tom it will. I mean, the guy himself is a pretty good-looking guy, and I think he can get any girl he wants, anytime he wants. And I don't think he's going to make...
believe me, what's he doing for a living now? Is it even clear what he does?
Not exactly. I think that he's making money probably off the show, I would imagine.
Well, that isn't much.
That's true, but I think she's making a good living herself, so maybe he can be...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you say he can get any girl he wants, but you know what? In time, if he doesn't make money and doesn't do something for a living, I would say that's not true.
I think that while he was in a band at 98 Degrees, I believe, I think that...
Well, that's the past. We're not talking about the past. We're talking about the present and the future.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's got a lot saved up. I'm pretty sure about that. I don't think the guy is that dumb. He comes off a pretty smart guy, so I would imagine that he's got money. But,
anybody looks smart next to Jessica Simpson.
I'm sorry?
Anybody looks smart next to Jessica Simpson.
I guess that could be true as well. You're absolutely right. But, Tom, I just want to say that you're a good guy, and I absolutely love your show.
Isaac, I thank you for that. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Doesn't the TV show Newlyweds on MTV prove the guys don't care how stupid you are if you're really, really hot? Jason on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Pretty good.
Hey, I agree with you, but I disagree with you because she's great for banging, but in a couple weeks, I'll be done with her. I work at a bar, and I have about 5 or 6 girls a month.
How many of them are as hot as Jessica Simpson? Don't say all 5.
Not, well, 1 or 2. You know, they're pretty hot, but they weren't that hot. But
that's my point.
After a month, you get rid of them. They're stupid. So why have a stupid chick around unless she's got money, like you said?
Well, I think that when chicks are... do you see hot chicks out there, homeless? Do you see hot chicks? You ever see, like, homeless people who are hot?
Hell no.
You ever see hot chicks who are old maids? They can't get married?
If they are, their husband died and they left them all the money.
Well, that's my point. So what I'm telling you is most guys don't care about whether they're intelligent.
They don't.
And how many hot chicks have you seen with a high IQ?
Not very many. Most of them are pretty stupid.
Right, well, that's my point. So even though you're saying that you couldn't do this, I don't think most men agree with you.
No, I agree. I could do it for a while, but, you know, to settle down and be with a girl like that, no way.
All right, Jason, thank you for that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Richard on the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom, how you doing?
All right, Richard.
I've been married for 4.5 years. I've got a son. He's about 1.5 years old. My wife is the stupidest woman on earth.
Stupider than Jessica Simpson?
I love the hell out of her, though.
You do?
She's best-looking girl in the world.
Uh-huh. In the world?
Best-looking. In my heart, she is the best-looking woman in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But she's the dumbest person. I mean, we go anywhere, everybody looks at her. I love that. She don't have to be smart for me to love that.
So you don't really care.
I don't give it. I love her. She is outstanding.
Uh-huh.
I love it when guys look at her.
Mm-hmm.
I get a kick out of it. She don't got no brains at all. But she's hotter than hell. And a hell yes, I'm going to keep her.
There you go. Well, Richard, thank you so much for that.
Tom, oh yeah, like it. Tom, like it.
She's giving you an ultimatum. Do you know what I say about women who give you ultimatums?
Yeah.
Dump that bitch.
That's it. Yeah.
Right.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Aliza, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Aliza? What is it with cell phones? This is having a bad day here. Kelly, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great.
Am I talking too loud or too low?
No.
Okay, I'm on my way to Pickett right now, so...
You're on your way to Pickett?
Uh-huh.
What are you
I'm
picking?
I'm going to go strike for a union, the grocery union. I'm a operating engineer, and I'm going to support their strike.
And what exactly, if I may ask, what is this strike about?
Okay. Remember, this is not my union, so, and I'm really not supposed to comment on anything, so I won't.
Well, you're anonymous, so you can say anything you want.
Okay, well, no, I do everything by
Do you even know what they're striking about?
They are going to take some of their benefits away. They don't want any more. They don't want any more. They just want the same deal. That's not greedy.
The same deal as who?
The same deal they have right now. The same benefits, the same way, the same everything.
You know what? In the supermarket business, I have an opinion about this while we delved into this. You know what? In the supermarket business, I don't know how much you know about it or how much you've read about it, but supermarkets like the ones where the employees have gone on strike have been faced with new competition from Costco,
Walmart,
Kmart.
I'm never going to Walmart again. I used to love Walmart until I found out how they treat their employees. That's give me a break.
Well, you know what, though? People want cheap stuff, and that's why they will go shop at Walmart, and you're not going there. We'll never stop Walmart.
Well, no, you're right. And I really enjoyed going there because that was my thing, and I made good money, and I liked Walmart. Until I found that out, and I found out that they hand them a Medi-Cal application when they're giving them the application to get a job. Hello? What's that all about?
You understand that when they're striking outside the supermarket, they're striking for things that are going to make your groceries cost more. Why would you be in support of that?
I'll tell you why, because if Walmart would just not lower their standards or anything.
What do you mean lower their standards? What are you talking about?
Their employees a little better.
What? You know what?
Do.
I'm the customer. I want to be treated well. Okay? That's what I want.
And you're also the employee. You want to be treated well.
I'm not an employee at Walmart. I'm a customer.
Okay.
And when I'm a customer, or whether it be Ralph's or Costco or Walmart or wherever, I want the best quality products for the lowest possible price. That's what I want. That's what everybody wants.
Well, not everybody.
Cashiers at Ralph's get $20 an hour. I mean, come on.
Are you a Republican? Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
Well,
I'm like any American. I want to get the best quality merchandise at the lowest possible price.
Hey,
who wants to pay more?
Paying for it. Does that make sense to you, Tom?
Well, you know how I react to the fact that some of these supermarkets have higher prices than Costco? I shop at Costco.
Okay.
Does that help the union at all?
In the long run,
And lots of people are doing that.
It's not when they're not getting benefits. When they're on Medi-Cal, dude, who's paying that? Us. Well, not you, probably the working people.
Well, I am a working person, and by the way, I pay more taxes than you make in a year. So don't tell me that I'm not a working person. I don't pay into things like Medicare and Medi-Cal. Are you kidding? You should see what I pay for Medicare every year. But the fact is, when I go to the store, I want the best possible merchandise at the lowest possible price. That's what everybody wants. That's why Walmart is so successful. So you support the fight for higher grocery prices. You're in favor of that.
I think people need to be less greedy, and Walmart needs to get their act together and treat their employees a little better with packages.
Believe me, if people weren't happy with Walmart, they wouldn't be working for Walmart.
Of course, they're getting Medi-Cal. Hello? Don't you get that? I know you probably don't get that because it's unbelievable. I mean, I couldn't believe it. That's why they hire part-time people. So the government, us...
Well, you know what? People don't mind if they can get low prices. That's how they feel.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis.